Good morning, guys. I thought that I would do a video message for you instead of typing out a long, drawn-out email, as I have some really important news to share with you about the state of schools. I just had a meeting with Mary Groh and all of the principals across the district, and we discussed several things that I would like to share with you. The first thing is that East Irondequoit has completed all 20% of our mandatory testing thanks to our amazing school nurses. They tested 360 individuals, and of that number, 0% tested positive. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel better, but it also validates the fact that schools really are not the contributing factors to the recent rise in positive COVID rates across the county. We've known this, but at least we now have data to support this. The reason why we're doing so well is because of all of you and your ability to follow our guidelines to keep students and staff safe in this building. So I want to first thank you for being so diligent and really making LP one of the safest schools in the district and the county. The next thing that I want to discuss with you, though, is the idea that we have some potential of moving into the orange zone. I need you to clearly understand that we are not in the orange zone right now, nor have we heard any messaging from the county or state that we are going into the orange zone. But we do need to be prepared in the event that we are moved into the orange zone at some point. So a couple of things to consider. One, tomorrow is Friday, and that is technically the last day that our students would be in the building before their Thanksgiving break. I want to make sure that every student goes home with their device, their iPad. It's really, really important that that happens. They don't need to take anything else like their binders or, supplies, things like that. But we really do want their iPads to go home with them. I am okay with you sharing with students that there is the potential that we might have to close the building down for a little bit of time. Please do so in a way that doesn't cause chaos or extreme anxiety, but more that we're trying to be prepared, because you never know when the county will move into that next designated zone. So make sure iPads go home Friday. Also, what does it mean for us if we're in the orange zone? So what that means is that our building would have to close for 4 days. During those 4 days, a deep clean needs to occur throughout the building. And during those 4 days, that means remote instruction would take place. Teachers, you obviously would be working from home since you can't be in the building, but we would start with that remote instruction, unless, of course, it's during the Thanksgiving days where we wouldn't have school anyways. After those 4 days, what we would do is we would start testing adults. So essentially 100% of anyone coming back into the building would have to have a negative COVID test, and it can be one of the rapid tests. So the district would put together some sort of testing event where all of our staff could come and be tested, and those who had negative results would be able to then work from the building. That would be our first goal. Instruction then would still resume for students remotely while you guys were working from the building. Our next goal then would be to test our students, and we would need 100% of our students to consent to being tested in order for them to come back into the building. We all know that that would be a monumental task, and so I don't want to focus too much on that right now until we truly need to cross that bridge. For some of our staff members with school-aged children, I know that there would be concern about, having to work from the building while your children are home and childcare. I want you to know that Mary is open to you bringing your school-aged children to school with you. They could be in the classroom while you're teaching your students. They, of course, would need to have a rapid, negative COVID test in order to be able to do that. I think that's really all of the information that we should focus on right now. So, one, making sure students bring their devices home on Friday, understanding that if we move to orange, that means 4 days we would have to be closed for deep cleaning, and that in order for adults and children to come back into the building, we would need 100% of them tested through that rapid COVID test. I know this is a lot of information, so if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And I, as always, will make sure that you have the most up-to-date information as I receive it. I want you to know how proud I am of this building. We've done some amazing things. Who would have thought that we'd still be even open this long? So fingers crossed the county can fight for us and keep us open, but we at least have some ideas and a plan of what needs to happen if we do go orange. All right, you guys, have a good rest of your day, and I'll be in touch.